feel like at this time, Marathon just cannot catch a break because, and I guess it's Bungie as a whole as well, because there's multiple instances of art being taken, plagiarized. There's controversy of content being locked up and that whole thing. And now we have Bungie leadership ignoring Marathon devs. So here's my whole thing. I just want to give my take on this already. I'm just going to say this now. Not every dev is bad. Not everybody in leadership is bad. Yes, there are bad actors in these said areas, but I don't believe that it's everybody that is making this situation worse, pretty much. Like, I already feel bad for the people that weren't even involved in the whole plagiarism with the art and everything, like other artists and stuff that were just simply doing the work, probably like doing designs for guns or doing like designs for the characters or something like that. I don't blame them for what has happened. So it's just like with everybody else's work, because all that is being overshadowed by the controversies that we are seeing now. So let's go further into this with Bungie and their leadership ignoring Marathon devs. And apparently this report has been happening for a while, but my thing is it's been happening for quite some time. So we found out that a new report has revealed that Bungie's top leadership ignored repeated warnings and PvE requests from Marathon developers for years. So it seems like myself and a whole bunch of other people from Destiny that like doing raids and dungeons and things like that are very heavily on the PvE side, yeah, we got shafted pretty damn bad, because at least the devs were like, hey, you know, most of your player base is probably consisting of PvE, because you have more content of PvE than PvP, just to be honest. And then Gambit's in the middle, according to Destiny. Okay, the fact that they're alienating the PvE players, which is a good amount of their player base, already puts the game at a very low, like a very, very, very low bar. So that's why you're probably not going to see player count as high. So it's crazy seeing like all this stuff happening, because it's all aiming towards leadership again. Like it's not only one person, but a few. And one of them we actually met, which is very interesting. It's this guy right here. This is Joe Ziegler. If you guys remember the previous video that I showed about the art director apologizing what happened and the guy's sitting next to him, this is the same guy. Basically, people have been bringing this situation up, have been, you know, concerned for years, the devs, about where the core direction of this game is going to be going. And it even says it right here from you know Forbes Paul Tassi, which this I kind of question a bit because of this. So I'm just going to read this. It's a new report from Forbes Paul Tassi gives us a clear picture of what's really been happening behind the scenes at Bungie. According to Tassi's sources, developers at Bungie have been voicing concerns about Marathon's core direction for at least 5 years. So if this has been happening for 5 years, I wonder how much, like, when did he receive this information? Did he receive it, like, I don't know, like right now? Or did he get this before? And if you got this before, why don't you put this out? Like, this is something that people need to know, especially people that were planning to purchase the game, or I don't know if they still are purchasing the game. Like, this is something that is very important to have put out. But going into this, Joe Ziegler, I don't know the exact how you say his last name, but anyway, when these ideas were pitched to him, or were pitched at him, and he pretty much said no. He shot it down. He's focused on this whole thing where I just want the core. I want the core like mechanics and the functionality of the game to be in the direction that I like, which is PvP. Now, obviously, that's not good at all. It's not good at all having just only PvP. You got to have some other components into the game. Like, I don't know, like some people with other games that have, you know, multiplayer campaigns, they have co-ops, they have battle royales, things like that. If you only have it as one specific thing, a PvP, it's not going to work out very well. It's just going to get burnt out. Because if not, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to constantly put out a ton of content. Like, I mean, straight from the get-go, and then after that, just like immediately just building more content on top of that. If not, people are just going to get burnt out playing the 3 same maps and things like that. So they said, Ziegler said this. He said, this is a game for if you like PvP experience, especially in sandbox spaces. This is probably something you're going to enjoy, right? So, okay, there's that, right? But then he also said that in a recent interview with Games Radar, Marathon game director Joe Ziegler didn't hold back about the game's direction. He made it clear that Marathon isn't aiming to please everyone. That's already a problem. I understand, like, you want to please, a target audience. So mainly it's going to be like your shooters, your FPS players, right? But going further into that, going into a subgenre of that, that's where it gets very, how would I say it? That's where it gets very like towing the line, because that's where it could really make or break it. So then he says, especially those looking for PvP only experiences. He also says that if you are only looking for PvP or PvE experience, definitely Marathon is not the game for you, he said. So that right there, it's like a lot of people don't want to play games for, you know, the hardcore wanting to be esports type of feeling to it, you know. Like, not many people want to do that. Not many people are competitive. Some people just want to chill out and play the game and just have a good time. People just want to avoid sweats altogether in general, and that's totally fine as well. But if you strip that away from people, then and they're forced to play this, then people just are not going to have a good time, and people are not going to play the game. So if the numbers aren't going to be where you guys think it's expected to be, it's going to be completely terrible. I'm saying that now, but it doesn't stop there, because then there's another article here, and it's about Marathon being delayed. It's rumors. It's not for sure. It's not a 100% thing, but they were talking because of all the controversy that has been happening. And I'll make sure I have these two articles linked so you guys can read through them. We all know about the art plagiarism, right? And the alpha build. Basically, people are wondering what's going to happen with the marketing. People are saying, is the game completely trash? Are they going to scrap the whole thing? Are they going to start over from the basics? Me personally, I hope that they just start over from the basics. They don't completely scrap the whole thing, because they already dumped millions of dollars in. I don't even know if it's tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not entirely sure, but they put well too much money into it. And the thing is, Sony's not going to be like, well, we put like hundreds of millions or tens of millions or millions of dollars into this project. We're just going to get rid of it. I don't think that's going to work. They're going to be like, you guys are going to have to put this out somehow, but you guys need to correct this so then we can get these numbers. I think that's what's happened, but that's just from what I personally believe. But anyway, they're saying what's happening with the pre-orders and the marketing. Basically, there has been no word that there's any cancellation or any delays or anything like that. So right now, as of what we know, is that they're going to keep going with what they're doing. Even though there's a setback that they have to remove all the decals because of the plagiarism that has happened. So they said that these pre-order plans and plan trailers have both been scrapped. Oh, there's a new report apparently that came out that said this, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it's supposed to be a brand new trailer and stuff that was supposed to happen in June, and there's supposed to be pre-orders in June as well, which is crazy. So then they said what's going to happen with the open beta. There's supposed to be open betas and stuff that was supposed to come out before August, and then August was going to be the release. But instead, what is going to happen is these are going to be replaced with roadmaps. So it's like, okay, you're not going to get a beta, you're just going to get a roadmap, which I still think kind of sucks, because a lot of people wanted to play the game. They try to get into the closed alpha, but people just didn't have access to it, or they didn't get selected to have access to it, which sucks. So a lot of people were like really riding on trying to have this beta come out so people could actually give it a try. Again, I haven't played the alpha. I wanted to play it just to see what it's like, because like I said, I was talking in the previous videos, I didn't play the game, but it seemed interesting to me. But I have to know what it's like if I play it. I can't just see it through somebody else's stream. You know, it's very interesting seeing all this stuff happen. It's unfortunate all this stuff has happened, but the thing is, this has been happening for many years when it comes to Bungie, which is unfortunate, because we all know that Bungie is a very colossal company, a very colossal studio. I mean, they've made the Halo series, and then after that, they made the jump from Halo to Destiny, which was doing very well, and people were skeptical about, because it's a whole different thing. It's not Halo at all. It's not an action shooter or anything like that. It's an adventure RPG-ish type of game. So a lot of people were skeptical about that, but then it did pretty well until later on, when a lot of microtransactions started coming in and flooding into the space, and then that's where everything went downhill. So I'm gonna keep looking more about this stuff in regards to Marathon and Bungie and everything like that. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I just know personally, I think that Sony needs to step in now because they are the ones that acquired Bungie, and they need to look at the leadership who have affected these decisions. Either they gotta talk to them and step in and change this whole thing, or they gotta remove some of these key figures and replace them with more knowledgeable or like people that are really into wanting to get this game out. Because right now I have seen lately when it comes to video games where people are just wanting to push games out, like just push them out like hotcakes and get the money for it. They don't care about the aftermath, the post-launch, how the game is going to be doing and everything like that. They just want to see the number of sales go up. They want to see the number, like the revenue come in and generating, but they don't care about what happens afterwards, which is a huge deal for me. Like I really take an issue when it comes to things like that, because again, we have seen what these companies have done before, and they are just somehow going a whole different route because of what corporate wants or something. So that's the weird part, right? So that's all I got for this video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And like I said, I'll keep an eye on this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this whole situation. And yeah, self channel. See you guys later. Peace.